Hello, I'm Ariel Selwyn with arielselwyn.com, and this is how to teach the letter X for your mock class for VipKid. All right, so let's get started. So you do want to make sure that you practice, but you want to be flexible because your mentor is going to throw a lot of things at you to see how you react, and you want to be able to adjust to the different circumstances and the different things that they throw at you. So this is not to make you nervous by any means, but you do want to be flexible and be able to adjust as a teacher. You do want to make sure, as I go through this, I'm not going to be showing the PowerPoint, obviously, but you do want to make sure that you are underlining on your screen, circling on your screen. The PowerPoint is an amazing visual. It's a tool for you to use, and it does draw the student's attention. So make sure that you're using that. You also always want to underline where you are reading so that it directs them to that and they know, the student knows where you are. Underline where you want them to start reading if you're in an upper level class, but this is just for your mock. So anyway, make sure that you are drawing your attention to the vocabulary and to your objectives. And you can always go in there an hour before. I even went in there, you can go in there earlier than that. I always went in there earlier than that and practice just so you can get a feel for the classroom, what it looks like, play around with your mouse. You can upload the PowerPoint early and practice circling, practice underlining, and just get a feel for it because you're doing a lot of things in your mock class. You are teaching, you're paying attention to the student, you're adjusting to the student, you're underlining, you're circling, you're using props. It's a lot to get used to, but don't be nervous. Your mentor is there to help you, and it's a time of growth. You're growing as a teacher. So anyway, practice. Make sure you're using as many props as possible, at least two. A lot of the common ones are puppets, flashcards, whiteboards, raid your kids. If you have kids, raid their bedrooms. I know my 9-year-old is a pack rat. I'm always asking her, hey, Karis, do you have this? Do you have that? Do you have a crown? Do you have, raid your refrigerator? For my mock class for the X, I used a tomato from the refrigerator. I used an egg, boiled an egg, used that. So whatever you can think of just to make it fun. Make sure you have your headset, make sure it's working, test it before the class. I had ordered a headset, but it didn't come in time. I had to borrow my son's. So make sure you have your headset, it is working, or they will ask you to reschedule, or they will mark you for not having a headset. If you don't have the reason for that is if you don't have a headset, there's an echo on their end, so they want to make sure you have the right equipment. Make sure your lighting is good. A lot of times, I have 2 windows in my office, so during the day there's a glare. So make sure if you have that, that you take care of that. That you have, if you need a little lamp shining on you, make sure the lighting is good on your end. There's not shadows or anything like that. Make sure that you have some kind of educational background. You can build this over time. It doesn't have to be elaborate. You can see right now, I just have, the VipKid, the teacher's name. It's also really good to have a lot of times I'll put my reward system back here. That's something great to do so that the kids can see it and it's a visual, and I like to do stars. So I'll have like a background of a sky, and then I'll say, you get a star, yay, and I'll put the star up here so that they can see that. So also it's great to wear a solid color shirt, no logos. Orange is great, obviously, so and watch lots of videos so that you can see a lot of different teacher styles. Don't just pick one person and watch all of their videos, because then you'll kind of get stuck on their styles, and you don't need to be them. You need to be yourself. So watch a lot of different teachers, see how they do it, kind of develop into your own style, okay? So I don't have the PowerPoint in front of me. I'm going to do this from memory, but I think I can do it. So we're going to go slide by slide. But the first one is the introduction. So you probably know how to do this. It's, you're introducing yourself, getting to know them, and you want to ask them a few questions. If you want to make it really scripted, it's just, hello, my name is, what is your name? How old are you? Or how are you? When you get to the upper level, the level 5, you can ask, how was your day? Or how was school? Or something like that. So, hello. My name is Teacher Ariel. And they'll probably say hi back. What is your name? And then if they don't say complete sentences, you say, my name is Karis. Great. Hi, Karis. How old are you? Awesome. I am 5 years old. Great. How are you? I am great. Good. So you want to make sure they're talking in complete sentences. If they just say 5, or if they just say good, or whatever, we want to get them talking in complete sentences. A lot of teachers do the counting to get them talking in complete sentences, so they're very familiar with that. I did have my mentor say that can get confusing. She doesn't like that because they want to start counting, and what do you do when they're getting really long sentences? Are you going to start counting to 10 on two hands? So whatever you feel comfortable with. Or just repeat the sentence, to make sure they're talking in complete sentences. The bottom line is complete sentences. That's what they want. So the introductory slide is X. So X. X. X, X, X. Good. Okay, so we don't have to do too much on the first slide because this is not a teaching slide. This is just an introduction. And what my mentor told me is that if you try to do too much teaching on the first slide, it just kind of ruins the mood. We want to stay excited. We want to stay light, great job. We want to just stay very engaging in the beginning. We don't want to get into teaching. And then you want to do the reward system slide. Okay, this is a sky that I like. You can just print this off of, get this off of Google. I love this because it's stars. And I use the blue dots. You can get these on Amazon, Office Depot, Staples, any kind of office supply. I love Amazon. I get everything off of Amazon. So, and then I just laminate the stars and cut them out. And I do this with the bananas and the monkey as well. And I often put this up here, and you can use the glue dots on the wall as well. They don't take off the paint. And I just say, Karis, when you do a good job, you get a star in the sky. Good job, yay! So, and then, so that's what I like. And then I have a spider, and I have, the other thing. So anyway, next slide. So you might do, this. I pulled a tomato out of the refrigerator. I don't have it right now, but tomato. Good. I see a tomato. Good. Circle. Or you can say circle tomato. And if they don't get it, circle. Or a lot of times I'll point to the you circle, or you can model it. You can model it on the screen, circle, if they're not getting it. So it's, I do, we do. Okay. So the next one is the elbow. Elbow. Good. What do you see? Now, if they just say elbow, you say, I see an elbow. Good. Circle elbow. Good job. Robot. Good. Circle. Awesome. Ruler. Good. Awesome. So see how you're gradually releasing, and then you go, I think tongue is the last one. So you start by modeling what you want them to see. So tomato, tomato. I see a tomato. I see a tomato. And then then the next one, what do you see? I see a, what was it? Elbow. I see an elbow. So you do the next one together. And then at the end, you're just saying, and then then at the very end, you're showing, okay, ruler or tongue, and just letting them do it. They will catch on. They're very smart, okay? So, and then you're doing the reward. Good job, yay! You get a star, and you put the star on the sky, okay? So the next slide has the little buckets at the bottom, and they have the capital letters, and then I think they have the little fishies at the top with the lower letters. So I would start with the first one, and this one, I've heard many teachers say this, just use the PowerPoint slide. Okay, so circle the first big letter, and I believe it's L. So circle it, L. O. Circle the little L. Little L. Draw a line. Good job. Again, if they don't get it, just show them draw a line. Circle the next one. K. Draw a line. Good job. High five. And you go through each one. Now, some students, if they're struggling, then, you know, keep on modeling and doing it with them. Try to gradually release. But some students are going to get it right away, and you're going to be able to just let them do it. Yet now you do want them to be talking in complete sentences. So make sure you are, you know, going through it, having them speak as much as possible. Remember the 70-30. We are talking 30%, they're talking 70%. So like in the exercise with the robot and the table and everything, we want them talking in complete sentences. So if you're saying, what do you see? And they're saying robot, no, we want, I see a robot. Good, you know. Also in that one, you want to correct and So like if they're saying, I see a elbow, you want to say, and I see an elbow, you know, okay? So make sure you're correcting their phonics and they're talking in complete sentences. Okay, so I believe the next one is with the K and the E, the next slide, and we're picking what starts with. Okay, so I would circle the K, and I think I would use flashcards for this. So K. K makes the sound K. Good. E. Eh. E makes the sound eh. Good. Elevator. I circled elevator. Good. Dropped my E. Elevator starts with eh. Good job. Draw a line. Good. Circle egg. Now, when I was doing this, I had an egg, a boiled egg. Egg. And I had my 2 flashcards. What does egg start with? Egg. Egg. Draw a line. Good. Egg starts with eh. Egg starts with eh. Good job. Then the next one, key. What does key start with? Draw a line. Good. Elephant. What does? Good. Kite. Does kite start with? And they'll pick up. So you know, pick up. I had a crown for king. So again, it's gradual release. Now, if they're struggling, you know, you certainly don't want to, you know, release them as quickly, but they do pick up. Now, it's been review so far. We haven't gotten to the new material yet, so it's easier to gradually release them. So we're getting to this new content with X. So once we get to X, in the next slides, we're going to do a lot more repetition, and we're going to have them, we're going to be circling more, we're going to be repeating more. So the next slide, did I lose my X? Oh, there it is. So the next slide is X. So now we're in the new content. So we're going to circle X, and we're going to do a lot of repetition. X. X. X, X, X. Good. X. Awesome. And you might want to do big X, small X, small X. But you want to repeat. You also want to say X makes the sound X. So you want to make sure you use that sentence. X makes the sound. Okay, so then we're going to go to the fox slide. You're going to circle fox, and you want to make sure you say fox 3 times. Same with the ox slide. We're going to circle ox. These are very similar. So you're going to say it 3 times, and you're going to say, what do you see? So we're going to say fox. 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 Good. What do you see? So if they just say fox, you want to make sure they talk in a complete sentence. I see a fox. Good. So if you have a picture of a fox, that's great. Sometimes it can be on the back of a flashcard, or you can make ears like a fox and then do this for an ox. I've seen a teacher do that. You can print out the PowerPoint slide and cut out the fox and put it on a popsicle stick. That's another idea. So then ox, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to circle ox, and you're going to say ox. Good. Ox. What do you see? Good. Now they might see, I see a ox, and we want to say an. I see an ox. Good. Okay. So we want to make sure they're saying, I see an ox. So again, you can, you know, think up props, you know, whatever. And then we have activity time. Don't skip the activity slide. This is to, you know, redirect their attention, get it. You know, some teachers put on a silly hat. I just kind of, activity time, wow! And, you know, kind of get them to copy you and get them excited again, okay? The next one is phonics. So you can do this many different ways. You can do this on the PowerPoint slide. I like to use my whiteboard, and we say, ah. Good. X. Good. X. X. Good. X. 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 T. T. X. T. X. Tax. Facts. Good. Yes, max. Okay, so again, gradual release. You're doing this with them, then you do the T with them, and they put it together with them, then they're doing these. So they're doing more and more. Again, if the student is having trouble, you do more with them. But in my experience, they catch on very quickly. Okay, so the next 2 slides kind of go together. So the first slide, they show you X, Fox, Ox. So in this one, I circle X. What do you see? And they're supposed to say, I see an X. Yes, good job. Circle the fox. What do you see? I see a fox. Good. Then same with ox. So they're practicing their sentences, I see an ox. I see a fox, blah, blah, blah. So then I say X, fox, ox. X, fox, ox. Xbox ox. Xbox ox. So we're helping them remember. Then I go to the next slide and they're blank. So I made this, they're little flip ups. And so when I go to the next slide and it's blank, I say, and I point to it, I circle it on the screen, I circle the first one and I say, what do you see? And if they don't get it, then I go back to the first slide and I say, and I circle that one and then go back to this slide. And then they get it. So we say, what do you see? And they say X. And I say, yes, X. I see an X. Good. So then they get it. And so then we circle the next one. We circle this one. And we say, what do you see? Yes, I see a fox. Yes, good job. High five. We do the next. What do you see? We circle it on the screen. I see an ox. Good. Okay. So, and then the last one, so don't forget your rewards, you know. Good job, Karis, high five. You get a star, yay. Put the star on, don't forget that. You wanna count those at the end. So then the last screen, you wanna go over, the last PowerPoint slide, you wanna go over the sounds. R, K, K, yes, M, yes, S, T, T. Good job. X. Good. Ticks. Six. Good job. Yes. Okay, so then once you go through all of those, then the directions say to ask the student, give the student a choice between two and they write it in. So you'd say, mix. Write. You know, or tell them, you know, and point. That's what I usually do. Mix. And then they should write the M on their screen. Now, I'm telling you, most teachers do not even get to the slide, but you need to practice and have in your mind what you're going to do in case you hopefully do. So practice, practice, practice. Time yourself. I practiced on my 9-year-old, Karis, and she helped me, give me some tips, and she responded so I could practice, you know, having them talk in complete sentences, correcting mistakes, things like that. So I hope this helps. Once you're done, you know, goodbye, or you can say goodbye. So again, visit me at arielselwyn.com. I'm also a certified health coach. Would love to help you with your health needs and would love to help you in any way that I can with your VipKid career. So if you want to drop me an email, it's ariel.selwyn@gmail.com. So goodbye.